Goblin Slayer, in a word, is brutal. When I saw it, I was like, yo, that was crazy. But to be honest, it's nothing I haven't seen before in anime. Anime, for me, has always been a brutal undertaking, depending on the genre you choose to watch. Often I avoid anime with strong themes that involve things that really bother me, but at times you can't avoid it. One of my favorite anime that's really dark and very gritty and reminds you of the sadness of the world is Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied is a true brutal anime, but I've seen a lot of people recently on mostly YouTube making videos defending Goblin Slayer like it doesn't deserve the crap it is getting. Now here's the thing. I don't think anyone is actually mad about the scenes in Goblin Slayer. I don't think anyone is saying that this anime is brutal and new and crazy. No one's saying that. So I don't know why commentators are acting like people are pretending like this is a new thing. It's just that out of the latest offerings we've gotten this particular season, it's the most brutal out of those. It just is. It's like the modern day Tokyo Ghoul. When you first see Tokyo Ghoul, you think, oh, okay, yeah, it's gonna be cool and light, and then you get into it, and it's real dark. You know what I mean? Even the last episode of Goblin Slayer didn't really lend itself to much other than a girl with big boobs a few times. You really thought there was going to be more of that brutal action, more of that blood, more of that gore. And if you read the manga, you do find out there is more. But it's still not the most groundbreakingly upsetting thing in the world. And why you are pretending like people are pretending like it is, I'll never understand. I think that in this modern day and age of YouTube and even commentary, people find it a need to complain about things just to get views and clicks. They try to make things sensationalized that aren't. No one is sensationalizing this except for the freaking commentators. And I want to make a video about it because it bugs me to see people exploiting others in such a way. I won't say who these people are because I don't want to create any beef in the industry, but let's be real here. There are people who are literally repeating the same points like 12 times in one video just to make sure they get the video stretched out long enough that it hits that point that they can make the most amount of money because they know it's a trash video. They know the points they're making don't need to be made. We all know that Goblin Slayer is violent. We all know that Goblin Slayer contains a rape scene. We all know that Goblin Slayer also includes what do you call it? Images of graphic violence. Okay? This is nothing new, like I already said. I mean, my first introduction into anime was the really hyper-violent, gory stuff back when it was called, everyone called it Japanimation. Remember that? When it was called Japanimation, and all the first few scenes you got were things like Fist of the North Star, or really a Vampire Hunter D, or anything where there was blood and heads dropping and everything was getting crazy. There was rape all over the place. I'm sorry. But to act like all of a sudden anime watchers have become these fragile, sad people, it's just ridiculous. There are some people talking about how the show was brutal, and I get that because once again, it is literally the only one on this lineup that matters because it's the only one that had any kind of manga that had some kind of build up in a story. But to be real though, I'm starting to find myself bored with the series already, enough so that I'm wondering should I give it up because I find myself enjoying it immensely less than I did, than I have so far. The new JoJo series, and my star standout breakout favorite, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. It's just more of a fun show, and while not everything needs to be fun, I just find myself asking, why watch something if you're not really immersed in it? You know what I mean? And why defend something if you're not immersed in it? You might ask yourself if you're listening to this video. And the fact is that I want to live in a world where we all have common sense. I want to live in a world where we're not all being exploited. And I feel like sometimes, just sometimes, people tend to forget that we're all human and we need to work together to have good things. So for that reason, I made a small little list here. I didn't want to do a list video. I just want to do a kind of video talking about this. But there are several anime that are considerably more intense, more brutal, more violent, more ridiculous than Goblin Slayer will ever be, and to portray the rest of us watching us otaku as if we don't understand that is ridiculous. These are things that have been in our forefront for years. They've been around us for eons, and we all know it. So let's stop pretending. Let's stop saying, like, for everybody who's upset about Goblin Slayer, because nobody watched Goblin Slayer going, oh my god, what are they doing? They're ruining anime. They're ruining anime. Because anime was already like that. All right, number one, I already mentioned it, Elfen Lied. Elfen Lied has some of the most disturbing, messed up stuff I've ever seen in an anime. Even the box art, because I had one of those back in the day when everybody had DVDs. I had the box art of it, and the box. I actually had the actual box, not just the art, the actual box. And I just kept like staring at it at night because I felt like someone's gonna come out of it and destroy me. But if you ever get a chance to watch that anime, you will learn that your dreams and your nightmares can be one. Oh, poor Lucy. God. Oh God, I always feel bad when that reveal comes around and everything just goes asunder. If you've ever seen any horror movie, really, this pretty much stands out among even those. The next one is Tokyo Ghoul, as I've already mentioned as well. There is a torture scene in Tokyo Ghoul that will make even the strongest man's stomach turn a little bit. And I have to say that I've never seen an anime that built itself up this way. Like, yeah, there was violence. Yeah, there was a little bit of gore here and there. There were strong themes. I was like, cool, this is great. I can deal with this. This is awesome. But then that happens. The thing, it happens. The torture. And it pulls you in a different direction, just like the main character. And it's one of those things that you never let leave your mind. It is there forever. It stands as a testament to how gritty this genre can be. But what else did I expect? It's called Tokyo Ghoul, baby. Tokyo Ghoul. Next is Gantz. You ever seen Gantz? I mean, if people were walking around upset about little old Goblin Slayer, you ain't saying nothing. Like, nothing. Like, Gantz... That's one of those anime that it gets in your mind and it digs in real deep. And it does a thing to you that you'll always feel in some part of you. And even though that scene in Goblin Slayer where the woman cries and another one, begs to be killed and another one, just makes a dumb mistake and it causes his doom, none of that adds up to the entirety of Gantz. Again, this show... I feel like this show built itself up and earned its stripes for what it became. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, Goblin Slayer just came out of the gate like a horny teenager, just busting all over the place. It's like, here's everything I got. Oh yeah! Like it's over. It's over. It's all over. Like you see it already. Like without that build up, without that feeling of of general hope, you don't have a lot. So if you're upset about this, or you think that people are upset about this, then you don't understand our tribe. Next is Fist of the North Star. My God, I think that's probably one of the first mature anime I ever saw. My first anime was Dragon Ball. Not Dragon Ball Super. Regular Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Super, that would be ridiculous. Dragon Ball, the original, not Dragon Ball Z, but the original when Goku was a kid. Then followed up by Sailor Moon because they were on the same block on UPN when I was a young chillin'. And then I was like, oh, I like this animation. This is awesome. And then one of my friends goes, oh, you like that stuff? You'll love Fist of the North Star. I'm thinking, Dragon Ball Z Dragon Ball fights. Yeah, I like that. And then Sailor Moon, Star, so Fist, North Star. I put it together. I watched it and my head exploded. No pun intended. I was like, yo, what? What did I just, God. You can do that? For the record, you can't actually do that to a person. But I'm just saying. Blew my mind. No pun intended again. And last but not least, hentai. Let's look at this. 90s hentai. Because there was a point where there was a regulation where basically you weren't allowed to show human appendages penetrating a woman. So it was mandated that it was perfectly fine though if dudes could grow swords from their penile, or even best, tentacles. Which is the first form of rape in anime. Tentacle rape. It was literally a thing for years. It'd be where it became a meme before memes were even memes. You know what I mean? Like that. Now that is some brutal stuff. Like you talking about this, where like one teardrop and death. Where meanwhile it's like, and if my mom is watching this, I've never seen any of it. Any of it. It's filthy. And I've never seen it at all. Just telling you what people tell me in the streets. But if you're not my mom, then it's gross and you already know that. And the thing is that I get it. It's on Crunchyroll, and that makes a little bit of a difference. But at the same time, Crunchyroll has never shied away from showing violence or mature themes because, again, it's anime we're talking about here. Most of it has mature themes. So why people pretend like we don't know that already, I'll never understand. But don't let them do it. Don't let them take advantage of you. Anime YouTube watchers out there, defend yourselves. But then again, that's just me. That's just my thoughts, and that is today's anime debate. If you have a different opinion, let me know down below by sharing it. Were you offended by Goblin Slayer? Are you offended by YouTubers telling you that you're offended by Goblin Slayer, even though I'm pretty sure you weren't? Let's talk about it down below. And don't forget to watch my other videos. I got a video here where I reviewed the slime show and some other stuff. But please, let your voice be heard by commenting on today's anime debate. Would love a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Anime out.